Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we joined a Federation, and we are kind of similarly colored now to the Galactic Information Entente, but don't be fooled. We have a blue border as opposed to a purple border, but otherwise it's the same coloration. So that's great, right? We have access now to, well, a lot of built-in defense. No doubt about that. That is absolutely wonderful. We're going to tick on forward here. We are running an energy credit deficit right now, and that will get fixed. But with this huge consumer goods surplus, we're going to swap this from being an industrial world over to being a forge world. And we'll see what that actually does. 685. I'll give it another month tick. It'll take some time for those jobs to move around. And we'll continue swapping some of these factory worlds over towards forge worlds or industrial worlds, because we need alloys more than we need consumer goods at this moment. So that'll be great. Do we like this? I mean, these guys are in our Federation, correct? Correct. Technology sharing within the Federation is fine. That said, it does cost us influence, so maybe I should have not gotten that. We did, however, just get our Unity ambitions, so that is a big deal here. I want to take a quick look at what that gives us. These are very expensive, but we do have the Unity to pull it off. So we could go for something along the lines of Will to Power for that sweet 5 monthly influence. We'll do that for now. Beautiful. That's going to put us in a much better position here. Of course, we can also grab an Ascension perk. And which one do we want? World Shaper for Gaia Worlds? Potentially. How many more perks do we have? 3. Arcology projects are an interesting route to go as well. That said, toxic terraforming, we said that we were going to take this early on. So we should probably get this and start some terraformation projects here. Specifically over here in Maskell, we should terraform this over to, for now, a desert world. And there were 4 of these in total. This is going to be pretty expensive. So we're going to be running low on energy credits here, for sure. We're going to sell off some consumer goods, although the price on that is apparently absolute minimum, which is not ideal. And we'll sell off a little bit of food as well. That will give us... Where's that last toxic world? Here, Firmathrios. Beautiful. We'll get that terraforming as well. Now we're going to run out of energy credits relatively soon, thanks to all that. But we can come in here and sell off some of this zero, some of this dark matter. That looks good. That'll buy us some time. Cool. Any job work we need to do? At this moment, no. Okay, but our gateway site in Edamar is now ready, and we should definitely get that upgrading, as I spend most of our remaining energy credits. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're also going to need to build one. I would prefer one in Ascension's End, but it can use the gateway there. The one in Amara definitely does need some work here. So I think one up here over by Ethos would be a good place to put it. So a gateway site up over here makes a lot of sense to me. Let's see. Hyper Relay. Gateway site. We're lacking 2 influence. Okay. We have not actually ticked forward yet with our... Okay, this guy got a negative trait. Very rude. Let's see what happens here. Well, request for technology. Are they our friends? No, we're not going to arm them. Okay, so that puts us at +8 influence per month. That's much better. We're going to put in a gateway site up over here. Beautiful. Then, of course, we're going to need to work on this energy credit situation. We can loot our other production for energy credits, basically indefinitely. But I don't think it's a great idea, right? Like, look at these prices. I mean, actually, price for exotic gases is pretty good.
Colonial Enterprise established.
We can do something like that. Impeltov has been settled, and this is not an amazing world, to build generators on. For the moment, of course, we're just going to put in our corporate culture site and our gene clinic, as usual. And we can put in a city district, too, just for some extra housing. Cool. So that all looks good. Cache Probe is not actually doing anything. It's supposed to be excavating this site. Why can't we excavate the site? Is it actually already working on it? It's actually working on it. Why is it showing up as not doing anything then? Oh, we have 2 science chips in this system. That's why. That'll do it. We can send... Actually, we can just do science chip automation. Just go do stuff. There we go. Cool. That will be fine for now. How are we doing on our construction ships? So we're building a gateway here. We're building these hyper relays. Yeah, that seems fine for now. Archaeology lab. Cool. Do we grab tracking implants here? We could. Let's, for the moment, grab Create Resort World just to get it out of the way. Excellent. That'll be fine for now. We do need to handle this energy credit situation. There's no doubt about that. And our capital is no longer connected to these guys. Oh, the Malwegal Union closed borders. Sure, that's fine. No problem whatsoever there. Let's take a look at our edicts here and see what we can do about these energy credits. So, I mean, there's Omnifarious Acquisition here, but I don't think there's a similar thing, and we can't afford it anyway, but I don't think there's a similar thing in here for energy credits. Really what we need to be on is capacity subsidies. That is actually still positive on Unity, so it's not very positive on Unity. But that will do the trick. Well, actually, no, it won't. We know that we don't make much from jobs, but it'll get us in the right direction. Yeah, it'll get us in the right direction. It'll make like an extra, what, 150, we think? Not even, like 60. Okay, well, that's fine. We're going to be making more jobs, and at least that takes some of the edge off. Yeah, we're kind of sacking our Unity for it, and that is painful. Honestly, I really don't think it's worth it. I really, really don't. 530 Unity to gain like 60 monthly energy credits? I really don't think that's worthwhile. So we've got this factory station here. I'm going to put in, I think, a pair of trade districts here, honestly. Well, does this give us a building slot on stations? Yes. Okay. I'm thinking about going for industrial districts here, actually. We'll do that for now, but, oh, this guy's a substance abuser. That's unfortunate for him. We'll do that for now, but we really do need to handle the energy credit situation. One way to handle it, is that an Ascension perk? One way to handle it would be things like Dyson Spheres, which do make sense to us. Yes, Galactic Wonders. We do want to get that. And I maybe should have grabbed that over Detox. Are we eligible for it? We are. I maybe should have. But Galactic Wonders makes a lot of sense for what we're going for.
Actualized.
So that's fine. Synth leaders. Cool. What do we take from here? These are all repeatable? No, this one's not. Robo Modding. Sure, not like I'm actually probably going to use that. I mean, it's more efficient too, but efficiency is not the point. Cool. So this corporate culture site is going to be done fairly soon. We are colonizing a couple of worlds, but we have a lot of terraformations underway right now. Specifically, this colony over here was just formed. That's very good. This is a desert world. This would make a very good industrial world. But we'll make that determination later. For now, we're going to do this, and there's actually a gas extraction well that we can put in here, so we'll do something along the lines of... Hello, pause menu. Something along the lines of that. Excellent. Cool. So that looks good for now. We're still very, very overproducing consumer goods. Sure, we'll send them some food. That's fine. So I would like to find additional factory worlds or even industrial worlds like Ethos here. And we move that over into being a forge world. That'll take a little bit of time to be worked on. Apparently there's 2 jobs here. That's intriguing. What's our actual crime here? We do have a decent amount of crime being produced from the criminal underworld, so we probably do need the precinct houses at this moment. We don't need this mining district, though, I feel like. This is a response to an earlier crisis that we should get rid of. We'll move that over to being an industrial district. This mineral purification plant we're going to replace, and what are we going to replace it with? There are arguments to be made for a stronghold. Solid arguments for a stronghold here. And I think that's basically the only option that we should go for here, that we should even entertain. That looks good to me. We did just finish up that resort world research, and that's completely fine. Penal colonies. Sure, do it. We've got this forge world up here. This needs to be resettled elsewhere. Do we want to make any other major changes here? It's a forge world. What else are we going to get out of it? We have a Ministry of Production. We have an alloy nano plant. We do have civilian replica complexes on here. We're basically maxed out on industrial districts. If we drop a city district, we go negative in our housing. I mean, the synthetic crystal plant and the chemical plant are inefficient uses of the job slots. Arguably, we should replace one of these with an ancient refinery. And then replace the other with perhaps something along the lines of a corporate culture site or perhaps even a stronghold. I feel like we're doing not amazing on our Unity, but we are positive on it. But I think I will go for the corporate culture site here. Maybe we need to just have a straight up Unity planet. We don't actually have any of those right now. Yeah, let's go for the stronghold. Let's do that for the moment, and we can revisit that if we feel like it's necessary. That will create many more jobs on Dahlberg Prime. We've got probably similar situations on a lot of these worlds. So let's take a look at some of these. So we've got like this chemical plant here, right? Now that's not the same as these moat harvesting traps, which while they're not job efficient, they are very resource efficient. The chemical plant here really should get replaced with an ancient refinery. It's just better in every possible regard. It is just better. So we'll do that. Anywhere where we don't have an ancient refinery, we should replace one of these refineries with an ancient refinery. We're lacking in minerals at this moment. We can buy some of those in, and we'll put this in. Now, the upkeep on that is relatively high. We don't have any such structure here, and I don't think we drop one. Same here. Well, actually, we already have an ancient refinery here, so that's all good. We do not have any such structure here. In this situation, we drop this chemical plant for an ancient refinery. Ethos Prime is already doing that, right? This is going to a stronghold, actually. This should be replaced with an ancient refinery at this point. These worlds absolutely do not need these chemical plants, right? This is only one job per building slot. And we can do exactly the same thing with ancient refineries and make every type with the same one building slot. Yes, the upkeep's a little bit higher, but that should be fine. We've already got one here. Nothing... Well, actually, we should replace this ancient gas refinery here. There we go. Same thing with this chemical plant. And we may run out of ancient artifacts eventually. We've got plenty, looks like. That won't be a problem. Nothing really here at this moment to replace one with. Here's one, but we've already got an ancient refinery here, so for now that's fine. We definitely replace this chemical plant with an ancient refinery. Same thing here. This is all collection. And it's kind of awkward. This is a good argument for a mining... Why do we have a research institute on here? Oh, this is Bardigan Prime. This is not things we built. Got it. I think that we do make an argument to make this a mining world. I don't believe... Oh, miner and strategic resource gatherer output. Okay, So these are strategic resource gatherers. I didn't realize that it was both. That must be a change they made somewhat recently. I thought that it was just minor. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. We should replace this research institute, in my opinion, with an ancient refinery, though. And replace this research lab with a mineral purification plant. And then we build like 1 trillion mining districts here. About like that. Okay, so this agri-world here, nothing really to be done on that. This research station is fine for the moment, although arguably it needs a research institute. Let's see, we've got this mining world. A lot of these worlds down here are post-dating our volatile moats crisis. I mean, we've got a moat harvesting trap here, and we could build a second one. So we may want to do that for now. This is okay for the moment. What is this? A sky dome? We'll repair that anyway. This is all fine for now. And these colonies are fairly new. Yeah. So that should do the trick there. Cool. That's going to get us a lot more job efficient.
Potential market
and we're going to be making
completed.
a lot more resources as well. Strategic resources. So that's very, very good. Now, the next question, of course, is how are we going to make these 200 energy credits per month? Well, that's not actually that complicated. We just need jobs. Ooh, Ethos Prime actually just lost its criminal underworld and substance abuse. That's really solid. So from here, this is set up as a forge world. We can arguably ditch the precinct houses at this point and replace this with another stronghold. I'll queue that up right at the bottom there. That'll take it a while, but that seems reasonably good. So we're working on switching some of these worlds over into being marginally better, right? Like, they're laid out as largely responses to various crises. Our lack of alloys infecting tech worlds, our lack of volatile moats infecting nearly every world. There's a lot of that going on. And then there's situations like this, where this is an agri-world, but it needed to further expand beyond its agricultural capacity, so that's reasonably fine. We're running an anti-crime campaign here. Is that really necessary? I don't think so. That'll save us some cash. We should actually go through and check for anti-crime campaigns in locations where they're not necessary, because these increase our enforcer upkeep. So that's arguably... Yeah, I think that we don't need that here. Where else are we running anti-crime campaigns? Or martial law, but I believe we've removed all of the martial law. Here's an anti-crime campaign that's definitely unnecessary. Okay. Crime boss arrested. This is not an anti-crime campaign, so that looks fine. This is an anti-crime campaign. We do have gang wars here right now, so we probably want to keep this one. How many pop jobs is that? 3. That's actually probably okay. So I don't think we need that one. There's an anti-crime campaign here right now. We almost certainly do not need that. That will save us some amount of energy credits. So we're stripping out some of the fat here for sure. This is an anti-crime campaign. Definitely does not look necessary here. Hasela 3 is running an anti-crime campaign as well. That is interesting. No, that should be okay. I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't want to resettle. I want to turn off the anti-crime campaign. While we're here, we may as well also upgrade to a planetary capital. Any more of these, we're starting to get into the areas where they're likely not going to be running, so that seems fine. Obviously, we're going to sell off some consumer goods here. We don't need this many consumer goods. And we should continue to look for factory worlds. Like, this is a factory world? I mean, I guess. We've got a civilian industry on here and a Ministry of Production. It's not much of a factory world, to be honest. We may want to pivot this into being an energy world, into a generator world. We already have generator districts here, so I think that we should probably do that. We build an energy grid, and we build a bunch of energy districts here.
Research actualized.
Okay, that'll do for now. Robo Modding sounds good. What are we going to put in here? Additional Robo Modding, I guess. Sure, that's fine. So we're still looking for additional Forge Worlds. Like, Vernier is not a Forge World. Why is this set up as a Forge World? It must have been when we took this back over. What does it auto-designate it as? Does that update on the month tick? Like, it's a really awkward world. No doubt about that. It's kind of a mining world. Kind of. But we'll put it on auto-designated and see what the game thinks this is. The world is kind of a mess. It used to be a Forge World. It's still trying to make it be a Forge World. Okay. It used to be a Forge World. I'm going to designate it a mining world for now. But after we took it back, it never really regained its Forge status, so we're going to do that. We've got a factory station here, which can definitely switch over to being a foundry station. That'll be fine. Anything else going on here? We've got this factory world. Yep, that moves over to being a Forge world. I think that's fine. I wouldn't mind getting a unification center with one of these newer worlds. Like, honestly, this one wouldn't be a bad choice. So, admin offices would be one thing to do here. I was looking to see if we could put in a vault of acquisitions. For now, we can't. I'm going to pre-designate this as a unification center, though. I know that we're going to need that. So for now, that'll do. Now that I believe colonies have slightly better pop growth. Stability, amenities, happiness, and resettlement chance. Okay. So it's not pop growth. Good to know. Cool. So we've overhauled some of our world nonsense going on. This tech world needs an upgrade. And at this point, I think we ditch this alloy foundry. It's only a level 1 foundry. We put in a research lab just to make this planet a little bit better specialized. And that's not going to fix that job. We'll have to upgrade it afterwards. This Forge world requires jobs and has 5 available. Clerks, miners, but these are Corellians. Okay, interesting. Corellians can't work those jobs? Oh, they're specialists. They would need to be demoted. Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. We can get them specialist jobs. That's not a problem. We can very easily just bump up an alloy megaforge here. Cool, so that looks solid. We've gotten a lot of construction done on our worlds this episode. This foundry station needs a job, a worker level job. There's not really anything that we can do here. I'm going to resettle this guy, I think, over to a generator world would be an ideal location. Like Vinjim? What is actually the build of Vinjim? I don't think I've taken a good long look at that for a while. Let's see here. Vinjim, probably faster to go this way. Okay, so Vinjim 1. Allegedly a generator world. Is it really, though? I mean, it is. It's got 4 generator districts here. I think that we should probably ditch this chemical plant and replace that with an energy grid. I say as we don't have the minerals. We'll buy in 1,000 minerals for now. We should put in an energy grid here. That will help matters. It's not going to be perfect, but we can expand this later. We could even move these industrial districts over. We've got the Ministry of Production here and the Alloy Megaforge. For now, I think we'll leave that be. But this does require work. There's no doubt about that. Our worlds need to get a little bit better specialized and less eclectic. The eclecticness was only because of the state of emergency we were in for, like, the first entire game. Because of the galactic information on Taunt down here. Now, we get an unyielding perk here, and I think we absolutely take the Unity increase to get our next perk faster. It's still going to take a very long time. We have this tech done, and what do we go for next? Selected lineages will be fine. We're just getting some of these researches cleared up. At this moment, our primary focus is on getting our worlds a little bit better. Hey, pops, we'll take it, even though they'll probably cost us later. But we would happily take 3 pops. Nightbirth Prime requires housing. A research district is housing neutral. But I'm still going to build one. This is a habitat central control. Can we expand our habitats? 25 influence and 1,000 alloys. Okay, that's not too bad. That's really not too bad. I like it. So we're still building up over here. Where's our other construction ship at? Still constructing? Yes. Cool. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue working on overhauling our worlds. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.